here's the cold hard truth, is we have a government we can no longer afford. And here's the look that every Californian needs to understand. Today, revenues in the general fund are about $85 billion. The last time they were $85 billion was in 2004, 2005. And so the first question I asked was, how many people did we have working in the state 5 years ago? And the answer is 40,000 fewer. And we actually should be able to do more with less. If we utilize technology to improve productivity, to find fraud, to make things run more efficiently, frankly, we ought to be able to do less, do more than 40,000. But let's go back to where we were, and that's going to have to be in every department, in every area. And if there are some areas that we simply can't go back to where we were, then we have to find savings in other areas. Because, you know what, we have got to have a different approach here. The truth is, you can't take in less than you spend. And that's what we've been doing for a long time.
No department would be able to have highway patrol, prisons.
Yeah, public safety I would want to preserve.
Does that include corrections?
No, I want to look at corrections. We have an issue in corrections, which is we've been under federal receivership for 10 years, I think it's been. Okay, we have got to get out from under federal receivership because it's like running the prisons with one hand tied behind your back. And so we have an overcrowding situation. So the first thing I think we ought to do is we've got to take some of the prisoners and we've got to move them to prisons of neighboring states that have capacity, Michigan being the very best example. And frankly, that ought to save us some money because, the average cost of an average prisoner in California is the United States is $25,000. Here it's nearly $50,000.
So of the 40,000 employees, some of those would be in the Department of Corrections and some of them would be in UC as well?
Sure.
Are you concerned that the quality of the University of California is going to decline if you start cutting pensions and salaries, particularly for faculty?
I'm very worried about the UC system, and I'll tell you what I want to do about the UC system. First is, this is the gem of California. As troubled as K through 12 is, our higher education system is fabulous. I don't know if you saw that report the other day, but of the top 15 public universities in the country, we have 6 of them. It's amazing we have the top 2, UCLA and UC Berkeley. And I'm worried that given what's happened with the budget cuts, that we are going to lose our edge there, and that means we may lose our innovation engine. So what I want to do is I would like to go through, make sure we're running it as efficiently as we can. And I talked to Mark Udoff not too long ago who said, listen, that first 10% cuts were good for us. It made us better. It made us stronger. Now we're getting into bone and muscle. So what I'd like to do is go through, cut many other parts of the state government, and now I want to put $1 billion back into the UC and the CSU system.
So you're saying you won't cut UC?
I won't cut UC. I will ask UC to think about getting down to, particularly on a staff level, where they have been in previous years, or back down to 2004, 2005. But then I want to invest in research. I want to invest in, the things that will anchor our innovation engine. If you look at these ecosystems that we have created, UC San Diego and biotech, UC Irvine and the medical device industry, UC Davis and the agriculture industry. These are ecosystems that other states would kill to have, and so we've got to preserve those.